Hey everyone, I'm Chef Zee and welcome back to my channel, Chef Zee Cooks. I am back today with another live stream as part of my Cook With Me live stream cooking series. Now, I just want to give people just a couple of minutes to join us. If you are a regular here, you know I always like to give people just a couple of minutes to join us because it's 7 o'clock. It's that time of the day where you're either coming home from work, just wrapped up dinner, about to start dinner, or just getting the kids settled, putting the kids to sleep if you have little ones, or just coming back home from running errands. So I always like to give people just a couple of minutes. I also want to see what's up with you guys. I have the comments right here so that I can see you guys. And now, while we wait for people to come, comment and let me know how everyone is feeling today after a long weekend. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it was a little bit of a slow start for me. I was a little bit on the struggle bus, I'm not gonna lie. It was honestly my first weekend off in a month. And I thought I had every intention of just being super lazy and vegging out on the couch, not doing a damn thing. And what do you think happened? The weather was freaking amazing and I couldn't stay out. I couldn't stay in the house. So my husband and I, we went hiking. We actually went out. We saw some friends and family that we hadn't seen in over a month because we had been working for the whole month. And so we actually went out. My apron just untangled itself. But I hope you guys are excited for today's video. Just curious to see how you guys are all doing. Let me know if you guys were on the struggle bus this morning like I was. We have Baby J online that says, hello Chef Z, thank you for all that you do. Thank you, and for your support and for tuning in. We hope you're good too. Thank you, Legally Shay. Oh my God, Legally Shay. She said, my son and I are doing good. We've been watching your videos for so long. Your son is 10 years old and his name is Xavier. Ooh, we got another Z name in the house. What's up? Even though my name starts with X, but obviously the nickname is Z. So we're in the family. We're in the family. I like it. I like it. We have Brando who's feeling exhausted. I feel you. I totally feel you. Like I said, I had every intention of resting and catching up on some much needed sleep, and I did it. I was out and about. So today I was like, whew, I need a long weekend from my long weekend. Oh, so Sad Tatum says that you said it on your last live, but that you need some queso fresco on the side. Yes, I feel the same way. So today I actually don't have queso fresco. In fact, we have cotija cheese, which is similar to queso fresco, but it's just a little bit saltier and just as yummy, as you can see right here. But you can definitely use your favorite type of cheese, whether it's a queso fresco, mozzarella, cheddar, or cotija cheese, just like you see right here. As a matter of fact, it's almost like it's like a Mexican Parmesan cheese. It tastes really good. I'm actually pretty hungry right now. So, I mean, I'm always hungry every time I'm doing these videos. Wendy says, hello, Chef Z and husband. Hello, hello.
Dominican and Sweden.
We have a Dominican in Sweden. Oh, Raphael, Dominican in Sweden. I need to learn a little bit more of your story because I need to know how a Dominican ended up in Sweden, because that sounds honestly super, super dope. And I'm so intrigued. So intrigued. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So we have Missy who says that you're such a natural beauty with great spirit. Thank you so much. So sweet. That really, really means the world. M says that she loves my sopa de pollo. Thank you. Thank you. Tacos de lengua. Ooh, so good. Today we're keeping it simple, actually. So I'm not really going the lengua route. I'm not even going the roasted pork route or the carnitas route, which, by the way, I do have a video here on my channel where I show you how to do that and even how to show you how to do a salsa verde. As a matter of fact, today, like I said, after a long weekend, knowing that number one, I have to eat, that I have to feed my husband and I did not want to fuss too much in the kitchen, so I thought that this was actually perfect recipe to share with you guys and a perfect dinner to share with you guys because it's super quick, it's super easy, it's super fresh and refreshing as well, and it's great to just serve for dinner. We have Jessica that says that you did tacos yesterday. Well, I hope you're in the mood for tacos today because that's what's on the menu. All right, so I would say it's been a couple of minutes, so we can go ahead and get started. As always, feel free to, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, you guys can always type in to the comment section. I try my hardest to keep up, and then I have my husband behind the camera who's also helping me to make sure that I don't miss some of the key questions that you guys may have. So to kick things off, today we are just enjoying a good old taco night. Now, the reason we are doing a taco night today, number one, it's Tuesday. So Taco Tuesdays are always a fun one. And honestly, we probably do a taco night at least once a week in my house because it's actually a great, and I mean a great way to remix any leftovers. So sometimes if I have any leftover pollo guisado or carne guisada or even some carnitas, right away I already know we're making tacos or we're making quesadillas. Now, taco night, not only is it good for leftovers, but it's also great when you have people coming over because you can do a lot of this prep work way ahead of time, and then people can build their own tacos so you don't have to fuss too much. And yes, I find with taco night, you tend to dirty a couple of pots and pans and even some dishes just because of all of the prep work and all of the salsas and everything. But if you have a dishwasher that's easily taken care of, and if you have any kids at home, put them to work. Give them some chores. A lavar platos, se ha dicho, you know? So today, I just want to share with you my quick and easy way of making tacos. As a matter of fact, by the time while the chicken is cooking, we're actually going to be making some really yummy salsas. And by the time the chicken is done and the salsas are done, dinner is ready, and that's how quickly it is. As a matter of fact, give me a second. I'm actually going to turn on the stove. I forgot to do it earlier. And I'm just turning on the stove, honestly, to like about medium. Because by the time I'm done seasoning the chicken, I want to go ahead and start cooking it so that I can then get into my other salsas. And just so that you guys know, we are going to be making some chili lime chicken, and for that we're going to need some free range chicken. You guys know, huge fan of free range chicken. We're going to make our own chili lime seasoning, which sometimes is also even called a taco seasoning, and I'm going to show you how to make it right at home. It's super easy. Now, if you actually watch my video on my 5 chicken marinades, this exact recipe or very close version of it is in that video as well, because you can actually marinate this chicken and freeze it or let it sit in the refrigerator for a couple of days, and it's a great meal prep option. And you're going to need a variety of different ingredients, and I have all the ingredients listed down below in the description box, and it's also on screen because my husband, not only does he look out for me, he looks out for you guys as well. Now, in addition to the chili lime chicken, we're also going to be making a pineapple salsa, which is so amazing. And this is a pineapple salsa that you can use on anything, not just tacos. And if you're not like all the way convinced about some pineapple salsa, listen. Just give it a try, okay? Because a little bit of sweet, a little bit of tartness, a little bit of salt is like a dream. It goes great on tacos, and I actually love having it on some roasted pork chops. And it's a salsa that is in heavy rotation during the summer. As a matter of fact, I was over my in-laws yesterday, and my sister-in-law actually made a pineapple salsa, and it's just such a huge hit. I highly encourage you guys to also make it and share it with your loved ones. And then to round it out, another salsa that we're going to make is actually one of my tried and true salsas. It's a salsa que no puede faltar whenever I'm making taco night, and it's actually my Peruvian green sauce. And same thing, I will have all the ingredients listed down below, and as I'm making each one of the salsas and the dishes, they will also pop up on screen. And if you have any questions, just make sure to comment, in. Now, for the most part, every single one of these components to the tacos, I have a standalone video for, with the exception of the pineapple salsa. This is a new Chef Zee exclusive. You saw it here first. Yo, not for nothing, but sometimes I feel like when I watch these live streams back, I feel like sometimes I move like a rapper or something, like I'm on stage about to like cipher or something, and like it makes me cringe sometimes, but I can't help it. Anyway, so let's jump into the recipe. So we have here the chicken. I'm actually going to set this off to the side because I want to start making the very super quick marinade for this. And to this, we're going to add some ground coriander. You guys know that this is one of my favorite ingredients, especially when I'm making my own at-home adobo. However, this is not an at-home adobo. This is just my own recipe for like a taco seasoning or a chili lime seasoning. So I'm now going to add that to the bowl. And this is roughly about 1 teaspoon of each of them. But if there's a particular ingredient that you're a fan of, then you can add a little bit more of that. And now here I have about a teaspoon of garlic, and this is dried powdered garlic. I'm now going to add that to my mixing bowl. And here I have some onion powder. I'm gonna add that to the mix as well. I just wanna make sure to get all of that in there. And now we're also going to add some cumin. Now, if you guys know me, you guys know this is a little bit of cumin for me. I always say a little bit goes a long way, but I find that with taco seasoning, sometimes the quintessential flavor in a taco seasoning is some cumin. So I'm adding a little bit more cumin that I'm used to adding just to variar, just to change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna add that to there. And then here we have some paprika because esto tampoco no puede faltar. This is going to give it a nice smoky flavor, and it's also going to give it a nice vibrant red flavor, red color. Look at that, look at that. It's so humid in my kitchen that this is sticking. I want all of it. There we go. And then just for a little bit of spice, we're now going to add some chili powder to this as well. Now you can actually control the spice level in everything that we're doing, So if you're worried that it's gonna come out a little bit too spicy, don't worry, because you can always add a little bit less. And then to this, we're just going to add just 1/2 of the lime, and all you need is the juice of 1/2 of a lime. Now I will say that if you are seasoning white meat, whether it's turkey, whether it's chicken breast, very, very lean meat, you want to avoid letting the meat sit in acid for too long, because it will start to tenderize it, but then after a while it can actually toughen the meat, and that's something that we definitely don't want. So now to this, we're going to take some olive oil, and we're going to add this to the mix. Yes, you want to be pretty free. And now we're going to mix it all together until it's well combined. Look at that. Oh, that looks amazing. And now I'm just going to set this off to the side because now it's actually time to season the chicken. So I'm going to put the chicken right here. Hold on, I actually dirtied one of the limes, and I'm going to need that later. And I don't need it to be chili flavored. So I'm just wiping that off real quick. All right, so. What happened? Oh, hey. What's up? We have Adalberto Liz, family member over here. All right, so I'm now going to add the chili lime mix into the chicken. I want to make sure to get all of that in there. Oh my goodness, so good. And again, this is going to be the main seasoning for the chicken. Now, you may have noticed that I'm missing a key ingredient, which is salt. We cannot do bland chicken, no. So we're gonna add about 2 teaspoons of chicken. And again, one of my pinches is roughly 1/2 teaspoon. And now I'm going to add some black pepper to this. And now we're gonna mix it all together. Oh yeah. Now keep in mind that every single component of this dish has a little bit of spice to it. And if you're sensitive to spice, or if you're not a big fan of spicy food, you can always omit a spice in one of the components, whether that's one of the salsas or even the chicken. So as you can see, the chicken is beautifully coated in this marinade. Now, the other thing that I should mention is that I actually sliced the chicken pretty thin because, listen guys, I don't want to fuss too much in the kitchen. I'm still recovering from my weekend, so I want to get dinner on the table as soon as possible. So it's actually a pretty neat trick for you guys if you guys are in the same boat where you want to cook dinner super fast, but you also want it to taste really good. So in particular for the chicken, I actually like to slice the chicken ahead of time when I'm in a rush, which is today. And then that's how I know that the chicken will get coated in all that awesome marinade. Now, typically I would just slice my chicken breast in half pretty thin, and then I'll sear it on both sides. It will take a little bit longer to cook, but you get a different type of chicken. It's still good. Both ways are still good. And then what I typically do when I do it that way is that once the chicken is done, I let it rest for a few minutes, and then I dice it up, and then I actually throw it back onto the pan because I want it to absorb all of that other flavor. Both ways of cooking the chicken is correct. The way I'm doing it right now and the other way that I'm doing it, this way, we just cut a little bit of corners, but we still end up with some really tasty chicken. So I'm actually gonna head on over to the stove. I'm gonna start cooking this, and then we'll jump into making our yummy salsa. So I'll see you over at the stove. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the stove, I've been heating this up at like about medium high. You guys know I like to do my hover over the stove trick. Now, just like last time, I'm still testing out the caraway pots and pans, just because in order to give my good and final opinion, I obviously have to try it out more than once. So for those of you guys who are interested in the caraway pots and pans, just know that I do have a special code for you guys where you get 10% off, all, like the whole entire site. So if you want to save a little coin and you like their pots and pans, I got you guys covered, and that link is in the description box of this video. So I'm adding the chicken to the pot. It's nice and hot and it's sizzling. That's how you know we are in business. And again, with this, you don't have to babysit it too much because we cut it pretty thin, so it's gonna cook fairly quickly. Oh, and this smells amazing. Now, one of the beautiful things about this pot and pan is that because it's non-stick, you don't have to add too much oil to make a lot of stuff happen. So I'm just gonna, look at that, it's already gaining color. Guys, this smells so good. I wish you guys were here to smell this. Oh yeah. Taco night is in full effect. Alright, so I'm gonna let that do its thing, and now I'm gonna head on over, see what you guys are talking about in the comment section. And while that's cooking, we're also going to start preparing to make our pineapple salsa. Fire Queen says, thanks you for the option. You're welcome. We have Carmen who says the spicier the better. I see you like a little bit of spice, mama. Legally Shadika, you're about to be in Hot 97 Summer Jam. Listen, okay, hear me out. I don't know about you, maybe it's just in my head. First of all, I'm not about to be in Hot 97 anything because I don't have no kind of flow. I can't spit no rhymes. Like, no, that's not what I'm about. I'm not talented in that way. But when I watch these live stream back, I'm like, why do I move like that? I do this, I do that. And it's just like, yo, it's like I'm about to drop some hot fire beats right now and like a crazy flow. And it's like, no, all I'm doing is cooking and getting really excited. But like, So it's just like one of those things I didn't know that I did until I started watching it back. And like, again, it makes me cringe a little bit, but it also makes me laugh. So I just wanted to, I guess now I'm aware of it. So I'm more like, in case I'm a little awkward, it's because I'm aware of it as I just did it. Eva says, Eva or Ava, sorry, I don't know how you pronounce it, says that my stove is always impeccable. Thank you. My trick is to actually clean it while it's still pretty warm. And I'm actually filming a video, if not this week, hopefully next week. I'm going to do a complete video on how I clean my kitchen. And I'm just taking a poll if that's a video you guys would like to see in one, where I show you how I clean my kitchen and my pots and pans, or if that's a video you guys would like to see in 2 parts. But as of right now, that's actually the #1 most requested video. So you've been heard, and I am filming it. So, Chef Zee, when would you be coming out with your line of merchandise? Very, very soon. So this is the sneak peek. These are the aprons. Hello, what's up? I'm on the line. So this is a sneak peek of the aprons that I will be releasing and coming out with. There's a couple of other merchandise items that we're currently in the process of trying to get our hands on. The shipping delays are insane right now, but one of the other things that we're working on is actually getting the website up and running and just figuring out a couple of logistics. So my husband and I had plans of actually releasing them at the end of the year, but you guys have been so excited about it, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive that we're actually moving up our timeline to get the merchandise in your hands as soon as possible. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We're just working out a couple of details.
Quick run through of the seasoning.
Oh, okay. So we had someone who asked for a quick run through of the seasonings. Hello, welcome. If you just joined us, we are having a taco night, and we are making some chili lime chicken with our very own at-home taco seasoning and chili lime seasoning. And to that, I added some ground coriander, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, some chili powder, and some paprika. I also added just half of a lime to the chicken, some olive oil, salt, and pepper. Now I also have that recipe, also one that's just super similar. It's actually in my 5 chicken marinades video. So if you guys want to check that out, you can definitely watch that video. And this is a chicken recipe that I do all the time whenever I'm making a taco night, and it's also a great one to meal prep. And I'm sure my husband has the recipe up on screen because, like I said, he looks out for me and he looks out for you guys as well. Now, moving on, we actually are now going to start making the pineapple salsa. Now, pineapple salsa it's going to have a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spice, and it's also going to have a little bit of tartness to it. And that's because we're going to be using some pineapples, and I do have the recipe listed down below, and it's also going to be here up on the screen for you guys. So to kick things off, we have the pineapples. Now, keep in mind that you can use fresh pineapples, or you can use pineapples that have come in the can. If you're using canned pineapples, I just suggest that you actually strain the juice and the sauce to it, because we're going to be adding a little bit of lime juice to it, and you also don't want the salsa to be too runny. Now, to this, we're going to be adding some diced tomatoes, and you can use cherry tomatoes, you can use regular tomatoes. I actually diced up the cherry tomatoes that I had because I had some left over, funny enough, from my summer salad recipe. Here we have some white onions, which I've gone ahead and I've diced up as well. And you want everything fresh, because the more fresh ingredients you add to the salsa, the better. And then here we have some diced jalapenos without the seeds. Now, taking the seeds out of the jalapeno is going to be a great way for you to control the heat level, because all of the heat is in those little seeds that you think are not harmful, but that's what packs the punch. And again, because all of these components do have a little bit of heat to them, feel free to omit it if you're afraid that everything having a little bit of spice might overwhelm you. So we're going to add that to the salsa. And now here we have some fresh cilantro, which I've gone ahead and I've diced up. And we're gonna add that as well. And now I'm going to take some honey, but you can definitely use some maple syrup, even some agave. And I'm just going to add that to the salsa as well. And I added roughly about a tablespoon. And now to this, we're also going to add just 1/2 of the lime. So if you're making the chicken and you're also making this pineapple salsa, it's great because that 1/2 of a lime that we use to season the chicken, the other 1/2 is going to go to making the pineapple salsa, so you won't have any waste. That's all I need. And now we're just going to add just a touch of salt. So I'm going to start off with about 1/2 a teaspoon. Oh yeah. And I want you guys to get a nice look at this. Look at all of those fresh ingredients. We're now going to mix this all together and it's really, really, really going to come alive. Can't wait. So now we're just going to mix it all up. You just want to mix it all up. Oh my goodness. So good. Now another thing that you can do, my sister-in-law actually does this and it really tastes amazing, is that she actually grills her pineapples whenever she makes her salsas, and that just gives it another level of flavor that's truly out of this world. And you guys know I'm constantly talking to you guys about layering flavors, layering textures, and grilling the pineapples beforehand is another great way of doing that. All right, so I just want to very quickly just go in and taste this and see where we are with this. I want to see how we're doing. A ver. Let's see. That's on the money. That's on the money. For good luck. For good luck. But, ladies and gentlemen, these tacos are about to be fire. Fire. Let me tell you, the other thing is that this salsa tastes amazing with some pork. So if you have some crispy carnitas or if you're grilling some pork chops, some pineapples on pork also tastes absolutely out of this world. Now, before we move on to our next salsa, I just want to check on the chicken real quick. I could hear it sizzling in the background, so I just want to make sure I'm not setting myself up to fail. So I'm going to check on that, and then we're going to move on over to making our third salsa of the day, which is arguably my favorite. So we're just going to check on the chicken. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to toss this. So as you can see, this chicken is essentially almost done. That's how quickly it comes together. I just want the chicken to get a little bit more color. Quiero dorar un poco más. Oh yeah, but this chicken maybe has another 3 minutes to cook, and that's about it, but that's honestly perfect. Really what I want the chicken to be like that color right there. I just love that little bit of caramelization right there. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like, perfect. So I'm just gonna let this do its thing, and then I'm gonna see you guys back on the island where we're going to be making the Peruvian green salsa. Oh, it smells amazing in this kitchen, guys. Okay, so take a little quick sip of water. It is, you guys can't tell, but it is sweltering in my kitchen right now. Well, oh, so Rachel wants to know, any tips for not cooking the chicken when it's diced or sliced? Sometimes I overcook it and it becomes tough and chewy. So yes, tip for that is make sure you're cooking it at the right heat setting. Make sure that you're cooking it at the right heat setting. So if you're cooking it too low, you're gonna run the risk of actually overcooking it because you're just kind of like stewing it for a little bit too long. And if you know that you don't have, if you can't be on top of the chicken, then I recommend actually cutting them in a little bit bigger chunks so that you buy yourself a little bit of time. So really your heat setting. So right now I actually have mine on a pretty high heat, so that's why it's cooking so fast. And by the way, can I just say, I know this is the second time I'm using the caraway pots, but I have a feeling that these pots actually cook things a little bit quicker than my other pots because usually I have a little bit more time. I'm not complaining because I'm like, hey, if that means that I could literally get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes because these pots cook things that quickly, then okay, I'm super happy. But just to answer your question again, quick tip for not overcooking your chicken is make sure you're cooking it at the right heat temperature, and make sure that if it's really thin, cook it at a higher heat temp, because then eso es pasar por el sartén. It's just like you just pass it through and it cooks. If you want to buy yourself a little bit of time, cut them a little bit thicker and then cook them on like about a medium flame, and then you buy yourself a little bit more time. I'm gonna head back over to the chicken again because I can hear it sizzling, and just like you don't want to overcook your chicken, I don't either. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, this amazing, 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 amazing. So the chicken has pretty much gotten all the color that I want it to get, and it's actually cooked all the way through. So honestly, I think the chicken cooked in about under 10 minutes. Which is amazing. So I'm actually going to turn off the flame, and as you can see here, this is to me like the perfect piece. That caramelization, that little bit of crispiness, that's what I want, because we use a lot of dry ingredients to season the chicken, so that tells me that everything got super nice and toasty. It's exactly what I want. So I just turn off the flame. This is going to actually stay hot while we make the rest of the salsas. I have this pot over here on because we're actually later on going to toast our tortillas a little bit. And now let's head on over and let's start making our Peruvian green sauce. Now, if you watch my video on how to make Peruvian chicken, this was actually the salsa that goes with it. And every time I make that chicken, I say that one of my favorite things, honestly, about the whole dish, aside from the chicken itself, which is fire, is the fact that the salsa that goes with it is honestly addictive. Now, just gather all the ingredients. It's funny because I literally thought, I'm over here talking about, oh my God, taco night, my favorite thing to do because everything cooks so quickly. And today, even though we're chatting, we're having fun, it actually cooked way faster than I was anticipating, which again, really happy about. All right, so to make this Peruvian green sauce, we're going to need a couple of different ingredients. We're going to need some fresh cilantro, some mayonnaise, some jalapenos, and I actually want to show you guys something when it comes to the jalapenos. So I use 2 jalapenos. I use one where I took the seeds out and I left the seeds in another one. Now, I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. If you guys le tienen miedo at something spicy, then take the seeds out of both of them, or start off with 1 jalapeno versus putting in 2 jalapenos, because that's going to be a way that you can actually control the heat level to your jalapenos. And the other ingredients that we're going to need is going to be some fresh cilantro, some garlic, and some Aji Amarillo Paste. Now, this can be an ingredient that's actually hard to find if you don't live in an area where there's easy access to a Hispanic grocery store. But I have linked one down below in my Amazon store. I've used this brand myself, so I can vouch that it is good. Just full disclosure, I get my Aji Amarillo Paste from my local Hispanic supermarket. But again, the one that I have linked down below is also really good. And for those of you who are wondering, Aji Amarillo is subtly sweet. It's not that spicy, at least to me. It's not that spicy to me. I should say that because everybody has a different tolerance. And it's very special kind of paste. It's very hard to explain because it's so unique. It's so good. There's no real substitution for it outside of just like adding a little hint of honey or sugar to some peppers, but absolutely one of the things that I must have in my pantry because I love it. All right, enough yapping. The recipe's up on screen, it's down below. Let's go ahead and let's start making our salsa. So we're going to take some fresh cilantro and we're going to just add that, and this is roughly about a cup. We're going to add our jalapenos. We're also going to add the garlic. I'm now going to add the mayonnaise. Oh, by the way, before I add the mayonnaise, just know that you can substitute this with some sour cream or even some Greek yogurt if you want to keep this a little bit more on the healthier side. I always like making this with mayonnaise because it really amps up the flavor. So we're gonna add that. And so the mayonnaise and the creaminess of the mayonnaise is actually going to dull out. It's going to balance out the spiciness in the sauce, which is always welcomed. We're now going to add the Aji Amarillo Paste. Oh, so good. Hands down my favorite ingredient. And now we're going to add 1 whole lime. We want to make sure this lime is super juicy. Oh yeah. So we're just going to add that. Oh, these limes are so juicy. Oh my goodness. So good. And for those of you guys who are interested, this very same exact blender, which by the way I have had since the beginning of my channel, so I've had it for over 7 years. I will link it, that's also linked down below. So this comes with the food processor attachment and like their own NutriBullet attachment. Every time I use it in one of my videos, I always get asked like which brand it is. It is by Ninja. It's like their 3-in-1, 4-in-1. I've linked it down below. I bought mine years ago. I'm sure these days they probably have an updated version of it. And I just highly recommend, like, be on the lookout for those deals. Like, look at Target, look at Amazon, look at Macy's, Bed Bath & Beyond. Hell, even go to, I was going to say Trader Joe's. No, mentira. TJ Maxx. And sometimes they have the bundle on sale. So just like a little, little hack for you guys. All right, so now I'm going to put this to blend. Let me just connect it real quick. Thank you, babe. All right, I'm gonna warn you guys. It's gonna get a little loud. So I'm gonna try my hardest to walk away from this a little bit so that the sound of this doesn't blow out your ears if you're listening to this live stream on headphones. The beauty about when I film a regular YouTube video is that when I'm editing the video, I can edit this loud sound out or make it like super low. But this thing is gonna sound like a truck. So you've been warned. I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna blend it. So I'm just gonna pause that real quick because I actually wanna just nudge some of the ingredients that are caught on the side down. Oh yeah, yeah, I wanna. Now, if you want this to come out super smooth, you can actually use the NutriBullet attachment that comes with it. And that's going to give you something that is super smooth. But because I actually use it to make smoothies, I tend not to make like savory things in it. But if this doesn't come out super smooth, then I will 100% like whip it out just so I can show you guys that you get like different consistencies to it. So I'm just going to blend it again. Oh, and my husband said that this shouldn't blow out your ear, so let's blend this one more time. All right, so as I mentioned before, I actually want this to blend a little bit smoother, and I'll show you why. So, yeah, give them the close-up, babe. I want them to see everything that's happening here. So, the blender blends it pretty smooth, but you see all those little pajitas that are in there? That is the cilantro, but I really want it to be like silky smooth, like one whole sauce. So I'm actually now going to just pour it into my NutriBullet, or the NutriBullet attachment that it comes with, because again, I want it to just be all super, super, super smooth. And I see here that Edward Vargas has donated to the super chat. Thank you guys. That seriously means the world. Chef Zee, my first granddaughter was born to... What? Congratulations! Congratulations! Oh, that is super huge! I'm so, so happy for you. Sorry if I just blew out your ears, guys, again. Oh, that is super good news. Congratulations to Leilani. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the world. Besos y abrazos. I hope that you grow up to eat a ton of amazing and delicious food. And I hope one day I get to meet you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are too sweet. All right, so I want to make sure I get everything. So I just pretty much transferred the sauce into like the NutriBullet attachment that it actually comes with, because again, I want to get this super, super, super smooth. So vlogging with the Vay, oh sorry, vlogging with Eve. Sorry if I said the wrong, guys. I'm so sorry if I'm like butchering your names. I say that every live, but I really am sorry. Do I ever add any water? No, because I actually like mine a little bit thick, but if you want to add water, you totally can. You could even add a little bit of vinegar or even a little extra lime juice if you want to like give it back. All right, so we're just going to now add this here, and I'm gonna start this. So all right, so I don't know if you guys can see, even just here, the color and the consistency is just way better. And I'll show you guys so that you guys can really see it. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm looking for. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I personally love this device, is because I can switch between the different attachments, so it'll give me different consistencies. Keep in mind, this is not a sponsored video or a sponsored post at all. I'm just showing you guys everything I do, my tips, my tricks, my hacks, just so that you guys get it exactly the same way you see me do it. So I'm just giving you guys all the tea. Let's taste it. Really, really good. Just have to add a little bit of salt to it. But before I do that, we're gonna put this on hold real quick, because I want to show you the taco shells that I'm using today. So I'm using these street tacos by The Mission. I bought these at my local grocery stores. This is actually one of my husband's favorites. They are the perfect size, so you can have like a ton, more than one. And then I also have these sweet Hawaiian ones that he's also a really huge fan of. Now, I will be 100% with you guys. I'm a corn tortilla type of girl, and I'm actually not loyal to any one brand or any other brand. I usually try them out. Again, my husband is a flour tortilla person. I'm a corn tortilla person. Comment, let me know which side are you on. I tend to find that for me, they're kind of like the corn tortillas. They don't keep as long as the flour ones, obviously, because it's a different ingredient. But I figured today I will join in on the dark side and have a flour tortilla. I'm very much like corn tortilla or bust, but today I'm going to be out of character. So I believe, I didn't even keep track of them. I don't know which one is which now. This is sweet? Oh, so these are the sweet ones and these are the regular ones. I'm actually going to just very quickly warm them up on my cast iron griddle. I have linked that down below as well. You can actually do this over flame. So I'm just gonna warm them up real quick, clean up my station, and then we're gonna get to the fun part, which is actually making our tacos. So I'll see you guys on the stove in a second. So we're just going to warm these guys up. If they fit, which they will. We'll make it fit. We'll make it fit. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. All right, so what I said before was that this salsa actually needed a tiny bit of salt. I actually forgot to add some. So we're gonna take a small bowl and we're just going to add it to a bowl. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, guys, I'm so excited for taco night. This is honestly my favorite sauce that I make. I usually always make it for Peruvian chicken, but it goes great on everything, and I'm always talking about that I make this for taco night. So just to show you guys that, you know, I'm not talking mess, I mean what I say. Just gonna add some salt to that, and we're just gonna mix that all in. All right, I'm gonna flip the tortillas because I can smell them. And usually I say that if you can smell it, you're too late, but fingers crossed I'm not. All right, I'm just gonna flip these over. Oh yeah. Oh, I might have been late on that one. Hold on. I'm just gonna, oh yeah. These, so, oh maybe, it's all right. It'll still taste good. All right, so I'm just gonna take these out. And I'm just gonna set them off to the side. Oh, so good. All right, and now I'm gonna bring the chicken over. Just going to set my station up. All right, and here we go. We are about to bring this on home. Guys, I'm excited. All right, so we have, I'm sorry? So, sorry, my husband's giving me cues on it. He's like, I cannot read lips. And he's like mouthing things to me. And I'm like, I'm terrible. All right, so here we have the chicken. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. This is the second time that I've used the caraway pods. And as you saw, it actually cooked the chicken in like record time. And I do, like I said, like I do this every week. And this, again, was one of the times where it cooked it the quickest. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention with you guys is that I actually have a discount code, which is listed down below. And you pretty much get 10% off site-wide, whether you are interested in a whole pot set or just a one-off pot. And I'll be honest, this is not a sponsored post, but if you want to save a little bit of money, you can by clicking that link. And I always like to share those savings onto you guys. So we have the chicken right here. Just want to taste it. Oh yeah, that is so good. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Someone says I like flour as a whole, but sometimes the sweet ones like savory too for carnitas. Oh yeah, I agree. All right, so let's start building our tacos before the food gets cold. So here we have our green salsa, we have our chicken, and then of course we have our yummy pineapple salsa, which super tasty. Oh, and I almost forgot, I have some shredded cabbage here. I actually have the shredded cabbage over from the last time we cooked together, or I should say like maybe a week ago, where we made the Dominican burgers, lochimi. Ooh, I let nothing go to waste, so you can definitely use some shredded lettuce instead, or you can use cabbage. It's totally up to you. And then here I have some cotija cheese, but you can definitely use queso fresco or even some shredded mozzarella or your favorite cheese to add on a taco. All right, so now let's start building these guys. All right, so here I have I'm gonna build two. I'm gonna build one for me and one for my husband. So here we have, and I love the size of these things because you can have more than one, and it's super good. All right, so we're just going to add some chicken. And you can stuff these as much or as little as you like. I'm actually team like add as much protein in my taco as possible, just because I feel like that's what we're here for. The meat and the fillings, honestly. All right, and then to that, so good. To that, we're now going to add some of the Peruvian green salsa. Oh yes. Oh yes. So good. Just gonna add a little bit of extra to that one because, again, one of my faves. I'm now going to take a little bit of the shredded cabbage. I'm gonna add, and this is just going to give it a little bit of crunch, but again, if you want to use some shredded lettuce instead, you totally can. I'm now going to add the pineapple salsa. And this is going to add some good sweetness and a little bit of spice that you didn't even know you were missing in your tacos. And like I mentioned before, you 100% can grill the pineapples as well. And you don't even have to grill it. You can take like how I had right here where I did the tacos, like just on a cast iron griddle, and that will work as well because that's going to bring out the natural sugars. I just want to get a little bit of the water. All right, and now I'm going to add the cheese. And again, this is cotija cheese, but you can use your favorite type of cheese. This is a little bit of a saltier cheese, but again, it just adds another dimension of flavor. We have Vlogging with Vay who said meat on every bite. Yes, I totally agree with you. I'm 100% team meat with every bite. I'm gonna add a little extra cheese. Again, with this cheese, too much is never enough. All right. Now it's time. Well, before I bite into it, look at our hard work, guys. Look at our hard work. Mira esa belleza. Mira. Mira, a ponerlo taco a modelar. Look at that. So much layer of flavor. We have the savory chicken, which is lightly seasoned with our very own chili lime spice. And then we have that Peruvian green salsa, which is just bursting with brightness, that little bit of sweetness from the pineapple, that little bit of crunch from the cabbage. And now we're gonna have a little bit of saltiness from the cheese. And now it's time to dig in. We got to see how we did, how good this tastes. I see a bunch of you guys in the comments actually like both flour and corn tortillas. All right, so let's dig in without making a mess. That is amazing. One thing about taco night is that you can adjust everything to your seasoning, to your flavor, and to your spice. I want to show you guys everything that we're working with right here. So good. Again, I love the smaller tortillas because you can have a lot more before you get full. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm always strategizing like, how can I get more food in my system before filling up? I'm gonna have another bite because that's how good this thing is. Again, my favorite part is actually the Peruvian sauce with the sweetness from the pineapple salsa. So good. I am running out of napkins. All right. Let's see. Someone asked. Someone asked, am I a teacher during the day because I look like one? No. I mean, I guess I kind of am a teacher during the day because I spend my time trying to figure out the easiest ways to teach you guys how to make some authentic Hispanic recipes, whether it's Cuban recipes, Dominican recipes, or even this Peruvian green salsa. Because one of the things that I always try to do is, how can I make some of our favorite meals that we all grew up eating, and how do I teach it to you guys in a way that's super approachable and very easy to follow? Because at the end of the day, I want all of you guys, whether you're a newbie cook or an experienced cook, I want you to feel like a baddie in the kitchen. And the baddie in the sense like super confident, you know what you're doing, you know the next step, you know what to look out for. Because the best cook is the confident cook who ultimately, whose food at the end of the day also comes out tasting really good. So while I'm not a teacher, I guess I am these days because of the time that I dedicate to making sure that all of my recipes are super easy to follow. I'm also curious, like, is it because I'm giving librarian right now with my hair pulled back? It's too hot to have it down. You guys know my hair is like super long, so it's up for the whole summer pretty much. Oh my God. Husband, so Edward Vargas says, husband, take yours. I'm going to hand him his off camera. Here you go, babe. They always say that you never eat. I cook for you, but you never eat. Hold on, let me grab him a plate because I just handed him that taco. Sin plato. So yeah, he's eating, he's off camera eating. I think I posted a video where I made him an asopao for his birthday and I didn't show him eating it at the end of the video, and you guys were so upset. And like I said, I'm working on getting him in front of the camera. We've been talking about it for a while now. You guys are really asking for him to come on camera, so he hears you, especially right now as he like goes through all the comments as well. Oh my God. So Vlogging with Faith says that she learned how to make moto the right way, but thank you. That means a lot. Looks bomb. Thank you. El limon. Yes. El limon. Here, I have some leftover lemon. Can add some. There we go. I added some limon. I'll take another bite. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Making a mess, but super good. The Shaolin Witch says you can't alive. Thank you. Says you look great. Thank you. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for today. I really hope that you enjoyed having this taco night with me. Like I said, this is the perfect type of dish to make on a day like today. It's like after a long weekend, I don't want to fuss in the kitchen, but I obviously have to get food on the table. This is done super quick. You guys saw it. If you guys were watching live, you guys saw that this came together in under 10 minutes. The pot, really, I've been noticing, this is my second time using the caraway pots, and I've been noticing that they actually cook food a little bit quicker. It's not one of the things that they advertise, but just in my experience, and even you guys watching me test it out one-on-one live with you, like, it cooks food like that. So if you want to save some money on that, I do have a 10% off code down below, which you can just click the link and save. Not sponsored. I do want, it's important for you guys to know that they're not paying me to say all these good things about it. I'm genuinely like, oh, okay, look at that. All right, not bad. Now, all of the recipes for everything that you saw here today will be listed down below. So if you have any questions, just know that you can always comment on this very same video. I leave them up. There is a playlist with all of the live streams that I've done so far in the summer. Now, the summer is far from over, and we have a lot more live streams coming your way. This is a summer series, and we will be going live twice a week. So if you couldn't make today, or if you can't make one of the past ones, just know that there's so many more coming up, and I will be going live again on Thursday. So be on the lookout. I'm still deciding on which recipe it's going to be, but it's going to be a fan favorite, and you guys just like might die when I make it. At least I might die, because I'm actually like, that's why I'm having a hard time deciding, because I want to do them both. But I'm like, I'll make one on Thursday and then I'll make one next week. But like always, if you need some inspiration on what to cook next, there's a ton of recipes here on my channel. I'm super hungry. I'm going to dig in. Don't go too far. I'm going live next week. Oh, on Thursday and again next week. So until next time.